Shiny hunting legendaries. Now we all been there in a Pokemon game where legendaries in front of us, and we're like, does this thing turn into different colors? Now, if you haven't been there, well, at least I have. I've seen if it turns into different colors, and sometimes I was successful, and sometimes I wasn't. Now, what is the best way to shiny hunt one of these legendaries? Now, over the years, we had countless different ways of shiny hunting legendaries. There was a soft reset hunt where it's a 1 in 4,096 chance to get yourself a shiny when you reset your game. You either use it on a 3DS or Nintendo Switch. You just close the application and reopen it. Now we also had the Dynomax Adventures, Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you were able to beat 4 Pokemon, and at the end of it, you fight or you fight 3 Pokemon. At the end of it, you fight a legendary, and then you have a chance. You have a 1 in 100 chance to get it shiny with the shiny charm, and 1 in 400 chance without it. Anyways, and then we also have Pokemon Go. Now, you may be thinking, this isn't technically a mainline Pokemon game in a way. You're right, it's not. But you could also get legendaries. It's a 1 in 20 chance to get yourself a legendary. But for most of you, probably out there, you're not going to be living in a giant city to go out and play Pokemon Go to get a 1 in 20 chance to get yourself a legendary. Now, it's pretty fantastic, 1 in 20 chance, but it's not really the greatest method. In my opinion, I feel like the greatest and the funnest method is probably Dynomax Adventures. Now, you could be saying, well, you can reset whatever, how many times, 400-ish times before you complete a couple Dynomax Adventures, even odds, 400 times. Something like that. You could reset 400 times with you doing 20 if it takes you about 15 minutes per round, I should say. Now, that is true, but Dynomax Adventures is kind of like a lottery. If you're not really wanting a specific Pokemon, you can put it on random, and maybe you'll get a random Pokemon. You don't know what's going to be shiny and what's not going to be shiny. And that is like my favorite part about Dynomax Adventures. Being able to pick random and then hop into a lobby with a whole bunch of people, and they'll help you out, and then you won't know what it is until you get to the end. And there's a chance that it could be shiny, there's a chance to not be shiny. Most of the time it's probably not going to be shiny, but hey, you got that slight chance of it to be shiny, and that's pretty fantastic. Now, the other method is soft reset hunt. Now, the soft reset hunt is still to this day a valuable, decent method to get yourself a shiny legendary. Now, it's one of the few methods that actually work. You can sit down and soft reset your game, and when you're watching YouTube or something. Now, I've done that before, and I nearly missed the shiny. I was going for shiny Palkia, and I was just doing that, watching YouTube, until I was like, wait a minute, this one's a different color. And of course, it was the shiny, and then I clicked on the button, the capture button, so it was the last 20 seconds, made sure to watch it, and yep, sure enough, sparkles. Now, although this is a pretty good method, it's not the best method. Well, maybe if you don't get bored super easily. I don't know. I just find the randomness about the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC, the Dynomax Adventures, is just the best method. Now, to do this method, you do have to own the DLC, and that might be a bummer for some of you. But anyways, there's also, you could also, just soft reset hunt in the base game, on the just a base Pokemon game. Anyways, that's pretty good. Now, there's also the wormhole hunts where you have a 1 in 25 chance or so to get yourself a shiny Pokemon, and that's pretty good. From each wormhole, you can get just like a normal Pokemon. You can get shinies regularly. You probably run into a couple of shinies until you get your first legendary shiny, if that's what you're doing through there. But honestly, Dynomax Adventure is just wowzers, miles better. It's kind of sad that we didn't see no Dynomax Adventures or something inside Scarlet and Violet. You gotta wonder, right? You gotta wonder. Anyways, now you start off the round, you got nothing. You pick your Pokemon of your choice. Like, well, you have 4, and if you're the last one, you don't really get pick. You get a pick after because it resets. You know. Anyways, it resets the Pokemons. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyways, you get there. You finally get in the game, and you pick a route. It's either grass type or fire type or whatever it is, whatever the type is, and then you go into it, and then boom, you fight off the boss. The boss goes in, and whoever is first probably gets the first time to Dynamax their Pokemon, and then they can Dynamax. So you can Dynamax it an infinite amount of times, but you have to defeat it within like 10 minutes. But anyways, it's a really, really fun strategy. You get to the end, you don't know what the legendary is, and then you finally defeat them. Some of them are super hard, others are not that hard. You finally defeat them, and there you go. You get a pick. You get a pick which one you want to keep. If you keep the legendary, you can't encounter it again. So most of the time what I'm doing is I sit there and I'm like, what is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Smacking myself. I'm super excited to see what it's gonna be. And it's gonna be not as shiny. I don't think did I even get a shiny legendary from Dynomax? Yeah, I'm sure I did at some point, but I just find it really fun. It's probably not the best method to the reset hunt, which is greatly increase the odds. Well, basically, because you just reset and then boom, reset, boom, reset, boom. You keep doing that instead of going through a whole round to get your 1 in 100 chance. Now, maybe pretty repetitive if you just keep doing it, but it's just really fun if you do it on random, and you know you have a random chance to get a Pokemon or a legendary. It's really cool. But if you already caught it, you don't get it. Now, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they have the reset hunt, and that's kind of a different situation there. Now, of course, you got your normal reset hunt or whatever. You also have to fight the Pokemon. Now, if you have an infinite chance to catch it, it won't run away as long as you run out of balls. Now, this one is kind of a strange reset hunt. If you decided to beat the game, get your guys to level 100, and then go for, I don't know, Articuno, you will have high-level Pokemon that you can take down Articuno. And the best part is, if you have Ultra Balls or whatever, you can use those Ultra Balls and just non-stop keep throwing Ultra Balls. You won't run away. He doesn't have a chance to use moves on you and, you know, eventually get struggle and then he knocks himself out. No, as long as you have the resource of balls and stuff to throw at its face, you should be good. You should be really fine. You should get your legendary Articuno that you really, really want. Could work from Mewtwo, could work from Ultras and Zapdos. This is why I hope that they bring back the Johto game. Now, there's a lot of fantastic ways to legendary shiny hunt, but what is really the best? Like, now, what is the best? We talked about what is the funnest, what is the overall pretty decent. Now, you know, the funnest is definitely Dynomax Adventures. Now, probably for the best, I would still say the reset hunt, even though sometimes it could be, you could get in your 45th shot. Other times you could get in your 10,000 shot. But anyways, at the end of the day, it's Pokemon Legendary Shiny Hunting, and this is what makes it so great. It's really rare, and not a lot of people own these shinies, or the majority of people who play Pokemon, not shiny hunters, not own these shinies. Anyways, you feel special when you own this. So what do you think about this? Do you think that Dynomax Adventures is the best way to Pokemon shiny hunt, or do you think it's something else? It's got to go to something else. Yeah, anyways, what do you think about this? Or the funnest way? Thanks you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.